Injuries big and small can hamper our training and generally get in the way of our lives. In this video, I'll talk about some of the injuries that might happen to you as you're beginning your training and getting fit, and how we can possibly avoid them. This week, I've been trying to get back into the routine of a regular training and diet after a few disruptive weeks of travel. I noticed recently that Matt Does Fitness ruptured his Achilles tendon, something that I'm all too familiar with. His experiences seem to be very similar to mine, albeit his treatment was handled in Harley Street and mine was with the NHS. Injuries can happen to anyone, and we've all seen YouTubers and our favourite sports stars getting injured doing what is essentially their profession, whilst being surrounded by the best trainers, physios and nutritionalists. But what are the likely injuries that could happen to us normal folk? The top injuries in sport revolve around strains and sprains, which are relatively minor injuries and quick to recover from, but can be very painful and affect day-to-day life, and certainly training on them could make things a lot worse. Sprains are graded from soreness through damage of the muscle, impairing the ability and some strength, to a full tear, which is very painful and likely to cause the limb to be inoperable until the recovery has started. Knees. Knee injuries are likely to be higher in contact sports, where the knee joint is displaced from its normal range of motion by impact and can result in severe ligament damage. Similarly, tennis or golf elbow, which is damage and inflammation to the outside and the inside ligaments respectively of the elbow joint. These are, however, caused by repetitive motions under load. Many of the muscle-related injuries are usually caused by poor form, along with going too hard, which could be at the start of taking up a new sport or making changes to your existing exercise regime. My own experience of injury was exactly this. I'd been working away and decided to play squash with a colleague, and within a few minutes heard a huge snap and felt my left calf muscle move up the back of my leg towards the back of my knee. At A&E, I was put into a full hip-to-toe cast with my foot pointed in a plantar flexion. The following day, this was removed for a half cast, which was way more comfortable. At around week 3, I moved to a space boot with removable blocks in the heel to keep the plantar flexion. During rehab, these were gradually removed so that a stretch was introduced. I went through all of my treatment and rehab in the Northumberland NHS system, and it was an amazing service I received. Over the next couple of months, the boot was gradually removed and I moved hotel so that I had somewhere I could use a stationary bike. Despite the severity, I didn't feel any pain when the injury happened, and only minor discomfort after that, but I think this was due to the swelling and inflammation rather than the actual injury. I had a lot of atrophy in my calf and was completely aware of overstretching the muscle for well over a year, but there seems to be no lasting effect now, and I have full strength back in the tendon and the muscle. I'm still aware of the injury and I'm very cautious about jumping, well mainly landing, from high places, and I've stopped mountain biking due to the risk of overflexion on the pedals. As we age, the likelihood of injury to muscles and tendons increases as they become less flexible and harden. Jumping into a new exercise, as enthusiastic as we are, is not the right thing to do. We need to give our bodies some time to adapt to the new things we're asking it to do. So set yourself a proper, realistic schedule and don't overdo things at the start. Wear suitable clothing for what you're attempting. Simply wearing the wrong shoes could cause a muscle strain. Ensure you have a nutrient-rich diet to help your bones and muscles take on the new additional work you're asking of them. Respect rest days. You do need them. If you experience severe pain, stop and seek proper medical attention. Pushing through could make things worse. The training I've been doing over the last year is hopefully building strength and mobility to carry me forward into my older age. This will hopefully allow me to avoid serious injury, which may take longer to recover from as we get older.